Well, hello and welcome, friends. I've got a huge cup of tea with me this evening, and I am very glad for it because it is extremely cold. It sounds like most of the continent actually is under a big snowy, maybe not snowy, but cold, frigid air warning type thing. So, get my big cup of tea. You should get a big cup of tea as well too. I'm gonna put this behind me because, of course, paper crafting and open big mugs of tea, they don't go together, friends. They really don't. Okay, I'm going to start this evening with an intention. This one's kind of neat because it's a gift from Jeffrey and Jen. Best mom, it says on there. And this candle, I haven't used yet. I better trim these wicks a little bit. And I decided that this year I would start my live streams with just a lot of purpose and intention. Wow, these wicks are very strong. All right, one wick, two wicks. And so let me tell you about my intentions for this evening. We are going to have some fun. I intend to be as entertaining as my God-given self is able to. I intend to share where I was inspired from. Thank you, Eva, for finding this great piece of inspiration for us tonight. I'm going to just put this over here. Okay, so we've got our candle glowing in the background. We've got our intention set to have fun, to share where this inspiration is coming from this week. And let me tell you, I'm pretty excited because we are going to make my first attempt at a slider card. Now, a slider card is folded. Let me show you. So this mechanism here, I don't know how to show you the camera. This mechanism here slides up and down. And when I slide it actually off the card, altogether, now I have a fun fold card that I can open up and show you. I'll show you on the overhead camera in a minute. But this little mechanism is so cute. And once you know the measurements and the mechanism of how it works, I'm going to say easy. And I think you are going to enjoy making these for any occasion. So I'm going to make two of them tonight. I did some TV magic, friends, so that we can see how two of them come together. I've got a sample that I've made up, but really, really fun and importantly for tonight, already on my website. See that little laptop picture? That's my little digital download. Here's a bigger picture of it. Is the what I would call recipe card. And that recipe card has all the measurements, all the sizes, all the fold lines, what paper to use, all that cool stuff. So whenever I have a new digital download, I will put it on my website. And the website is creatingsherry.com, but our digital downloads, you can see right there, creatingsherry.com / all that fun stuff. Fred will put it in the chat for us at some point, but I would love to see, hang on, I moved screens too fast on myself there. Everybody enjoying coming in. Janice, I'm so glad that you're here. Eric, I'm thrilled that you are tuning in from the great, great West on your ski trip tonight. I think that's very cool. It's not deep freeze there. That's good. I'm glad that it is. Candles will warm the heart, Claude. That's so true. So currently I'm in my studio at home, but this week I am doing a little, let's call it a staycation, Fred. Would you say it's a bit of a staycation for me? I'm looking off to Fred. Everybody, let's say hi to Fred tonight. Hang on a second here. Hi, Fred. Say hi. If I remove this camera and do this one, there we are. So you can see it's cold enough here that Hawaiian shirts are not happening tonight. In fact, Fred's in a hoodie and I have a blanket on my lap as well too. So I am glad that Fred is here. Lisa, hi. Lisa, we're going to figure out what to put in that space right about there. Tonight it's my candle. And Eva, I'm so, so glad that you're here. Eva, I'll probably mention you last night because you are the person that sent me the inspiration. Janice and Lori, I am so glad that you guys are here too. Tyra, I'm going to try and come in for a close-up. How do my eyes look, sweetheart? Do they look extra good tonight, guys? My eyes? They might. Tyra would know why. And so would Eva. Okay, so we are going to make beautiful slider card. And I want to share a couple of really neat things just before we get going here. So first, you guys know I'm all about building my new YouTube channel. It's absolutely been an amazing adventure so far. At Christmas time, we set the goal to, thank you, Tara. Takes one to know one, I would say. We set the goal to have 200 subscribers. Now, YouTube has what's called the YouTube Paid Partner Program, which I am striving to get my invitation to as soon as possible. You need 500 subscribers, But I like to plant flags of goals along the way. So I set my goal for 200 at Christmas. And ladies and gentlemen, we are still ticking along. And in fact, right now we have 221 subscribers and growing. So sharing is caring. Please do tell people to check out my YouTube channel. And of course, if you haven't already subscribed, I would love to have you as one of my subscribers indeed. And other good, wonderful things to thank you. Oh, you may tell me all evening long how beautiful I am, my friends. I think that's fantastic. Thank you very kindly. Ooh, Ashley, I'm so glad that you're here. I'm curious how cold it is where you are, Ashley, because you are usually in the cold parts of Canada. So I'm thrilled that you could be here for us tonight as well. Okay, let me tell you how this happened. So we were sitting at a dinner table, might have been somebody's birthday, might have a download or a weekly upload coming on Thursday that shows you the card that I made for this particular dinner that I'm alluding to. That was for a birthday for Eric. Okay, there I said it. And Eva asked me if I had seen something she'd sent to me on Instagram. I'll be the first one to say I am not very good. Like I have a Facebook account that my Instagram reels go to automatically, or that I do my groups and communities for my card swap in. Steph, I'm glad that you're here. Thanks for being here tonight. And oh my gosh, we'll have to talk about the launch. Okay, so but back to this for a second. So I don't really look at my messages all that often. I look at them and I try. If I don't respond right away, they sort of go into a background. And lately I've been feeling that I have so many ideas that I decided I need to put the ideas aside and stay in action mode in order to get this business up and running, because 221 is a fabulous number of subscribers, but I need 500 before I can start getting into the paid partner program at all. So, okay. So that Eva sent me this, asked at the dinner, hey, did you see that? Now I had seen it. It rang a bell when she said it, but I really didn't look at it. I really didn't go into it. And of course, she just shrugged and like, well, I'll send you ideas if I see them. Anyways, that's a fun thing for your friends to be looking out for you. They have your back. They're looking for things that you want. Well, just the other day, mid last week, I opened it up and I looked at my Instagram message from Eva, and in it, I found this beautiful little reel of making a card like the one that we're going to make tonight. And while it had a couple of steps to it, I sort of got the gist of it and thought, you know what, this is going to be really something that I think people will enjoy doing. So I went to Nadine's website, which is entirely in German because she's German, but that's okay. Google Translate is our friend. And I went through and I found everything I needed in order to do this. So Nadine, you are a lovely, lovely card maker. I hope everybody goes to your website. You can see, I think I put it on the, might be on the digital download, but it's a beautiful, beautiful one. So Nadine, thank you for the inspiration tonight. In fact, I hope you get to watch this at some point too. Okay, so I shared. Nadine was the inspo for tonight. I have some strange lighting stuff happening here. Does anybody else seem to notice that? I'm going to adjust something on the computer. That might have changed. It might not have. Fred and I are trying all sorts of new technology and have been ordering new things almost every day. Okay, so let's go to a second camera here so I can show you. So this is what we're going to be making tonight. This card here with this sliding mechanism. I was showing you just a few seconds ago. Now, this sliding mechanism goes up and down on the card and comes totally off of the card so that you can write your message inside as well. So looks pretty easy, right? Should be fine. I think we got this. So what I did as a first step, once I had sort of the instructions, going to put the inspo over here, was make myself a template. And these templates, following the instructions, from doing it with the template, I was able to build sort of that recipe card or instruction sheet that's now on the digital downloads. So there's a couple of things that we need to start out with. First, we need a card that is 5.5. Now that's a standard card size. And instead of 8.5 inches, which is the norm, this is 8.25 inches. I'll tell you why. When you fold the two edges in, you need a little channel. See how, if I put my finger on here, you'll see it better. See that little channel that's there? You need a little channel so the sliding mechanism can go up and down. So I'll show you that one first as we make our first card. And then you need 4 pieces of these squares that are all 3 inches, okay? What we're going to do, see how this is kind of an X? Is we're going to take them, I'll show you how to make that, and this sandwiches, where my fingers are now, the edges of the card so that it can slide up and down. See how that's sliding up and down? All right. Does it look like it's going to be good? All right, that's the little template that I built myself. Then I built the instruction sheet, and I'm very happy that Oh, I will send. That's a very good idea, Claude. I will absolutely do that. And in fact, if you guys remember, during my 24 days of Christmas, I did a watercolor card that was little Christmas lights. And it was inspired by a little YouTube short that I had seen, and I watched it about a million times to figure out how to do it. I sent that to her. Turns out Emma, also in Ontario, Canada, I sent it to her. She loved that she saw that video come to life with her inspiration, and she subscribed right away. So Emma, hey, if you're back here tonight, great to see you. Maybe we'll have Nadine at a future one, and maybe there's collabs coming down in the future. Okay, friends, let's get to work here. We're gonna do some creating. Okay, so the first one I'm gonna do is similar to the one that I have as the example over here. You might be guessing by this blue that there's something else coming in the next set. So had some pretty little butterflies, have some nice gold accents here, inside, outside. Okay, all of these pieces. So I'm going to do a similar card to start with as well here. I've got the squares. So this was the first piece. And then I've got these 4 squares I was telling you about. Now, one thing that I'll be introducing tonight that I haven't used on a live stream before is red tape. I know that seems like a very rudimentary, basic thing. This is the strongest double-sided crafting tape that I know of. Comes in different widths. I think this is probably 1/4 inch. It does not tear at all. It's actually quite a almost like sort of a vinyl that's keeping the double-sided tape from being sticky to me right now. And so it's a really, really strong cake. Because the mechanism that we're building has to move up and down, I want it to be very, very secure. So we're going to use red tape tonight for the first time on one of my live streams. But one of my favorite things to use on my live streams, and I know you guys see this all the time, and it's a favorite. I guess when you have, let me switch out which camera I'm using here. And there we go. I have a workhorse in my score buddy here. Now, this is an interesting thing. Fred and I went back and forth. When I was building the instruction sheet, I found that what I was trying to do was figure out where to make the fold. Here, let me get my template here so you see what I'm talking about. So see, this is at 2 inches here for this first fold. But the next fold, I wasn't exactly sure if it was at 6 or 6 1/8 or 6 1/4. I actually wasn't sure if I should do it in centimeters. All that kind of stuff was confusing to me. And what I had done when I was making my template was I scored it this way, and then I turned my card around and put it back over here and scored it at 2 again. So I knew that these 2 flaps were exactly 2 inches. You know what Fred said that just made sense to me? He said, why don't you just tell them to do that then? And I was like, you're right, my love. Thank you, Fred. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. First thing I'm going to do with this piece of cardstock is score it at 2 inches. And then I'm going to do the magic turn around, and I'm going to score it again at 2 inches. This is going to create the 2 flaps that are going to come into the center. Okay, so those are scored. I know you can't really see that on my camera white on white. So that's the first one. The next scoring that we're going to do, I'm going to take 2 of the 3-inch squares, the first one here, and I'm going to score it at the halfway mark. Who can tell me what the halfway mark of 3 inches is? Be amazed when you're doing this how sometimes the brain forgets things. It's at 1.5. Okay, so that's the first square that's scored, and now the second square that's scored, again at 1.5. Okay, so we've got those. I'm going to move aside the score buddy. Thank you to my score buddy for all the wonderful things it is. Okay, now we're actually going to start a little bit of the decorating as we go, and then we'll create the mechanism. So this tool right here is called a bone folder. I have been told by many wonderful card makers who are, in fact, quite a bit better than I am, that scoring with the bone folder, Teflon bone folder is best, really makes a huge difference in the quality of the card that you're creating. So folding in both those sides and scoring that. Now you can see I've got a nice channel in the center. That's what we want. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to start to put our decorative paper in. Now you can use any kind of decorative paper. I'm going to go ahead and use this gold foil. I'm a magpie. I love, everybody should have a score buddy, Laura, you're right. I love being able to use gold foil in what I'm doing. Silver foil, platinum foil, rose gold foil, all the foils. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tape this down. Actually, maybe I'll get my glue going so I can start with that as well. Okay. Everybody always marvels at this invention. If I haven't shown you this before, it is simply a glue that I really enjoy using called Nuva, a glue bottle. Inside this trigger happy gun for me to be able to have a manual glue gun. So my glue bottle is facing down like this. See how that goes? It's facing down. So now the gravity is pulling the glue forward. So I'm just getting that ready to go. And I'm going to go ahead and little bits of glue all over the back of the first piece. And centering that. Now, in one of the prototypes that I was mocking up, I like to mat and layer things, but this card, because of the moving mechanism, you don't want to make it too thick so that people have to work to move the mechanism that we're building as a slider. Now, I'm curious. When I was having fun making sort of the title card, or it's called a thumbnail for this video, I was making all sorts of fun pictures of sliding because I was thinking, here it is winter, and tobogganing is not something I have done recently, but I'm curious. Does anybody love tobogganing? I loved it as a kid. We had a huge hill near our home, and it was magnificent, magnificent to go tobogganing and sliding. I'm not sure my 50-year-old self also loves that, but I think I would. Okay, so those two pieces, a little bit of decorating, I'm going to set that aside. Now, the two flat squares as well, not the ones that we've scored and are going to fold, but the flat squares, we're going to take that and we're going to take a coordinating the same paper with the gold dots on it, and we're going to put it on. Miss Tyra, if you would like to go tobogganing with me at some point, I am so going with you. I think it would be, oh, Eric, you're right, tobogganing and skiing. You're skiing right now, so absolutely. I think skiing counts as sliding, like my little card slider tonight. Oh, Ashley, I'm sure when the kids go tobogganing, there's no regrets had at any point. I love it. Oh, and tubing. Okay, tubing scares me, but you know what? Let's do it afraid. We only get one life. Come on, let's go. Let's go, friends. Okay. Actually, I don't know if anybody else is nearby, but I feel like every community has that hill that you can go tobogganing at. Okay, so now I've got the two squares that are going to become the front and back of the slider. I've got those decorated. And I realized that I have these extra two pieces. Now, I wanted to show you something with the sample that I made. So the slider, you'll see, slider, front and back is decorated. Front, we're going to get into some more decorations as we go. Inside, so the two outsides are decorated, and so are the inside panels. And you know me with my little surprise and delight. I've got a little butterfly going on there. Now, you can instead instead of decorating the inside panel, you could write on the inside panels. You could put a stamped sentiment on the inside card. I chose that I wanted to write my message inside here, so I left this blank. But if you wanted, you could also put your decor kind of on this side as well. So options, friends. These cards can be for any occasion and lots of options. I like that I've got an inside space to do lots of writing with tonight. If you don't notice, I'm waving my hand across the page several times because I like my nails. Look at that color. Yes, we should like our nails. So with the one that I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead and follow this example as well. And I'm going to put these pieces on the inside. So again, when you make yours, which you can do because all the measurements are already on the recipe card or the instruction sheet, if you will. And where's that? On the digital downloads page of my website. Oh, I'm so excited to be getting organized and to be acting like a real business. It feels so invigorating, my friends. I can't wait to become all I was created to be in this creator economy. Okay, a little more glue on this one. Janice, I feel like I haven't seen you since Lori's birthday. I feel like it's been a huge, busy season this month. And I miss you, friend. I'm glad that you're here tonight. Thanks for coming. Okay, so now we've got decor on the inside and the outside. Okay, we've got the front and the back of the slider done. Now we're going to get that red tape out. We're going to need scissors. I'm also going to bring my favorite pokey tool, picky pick here. Can bring that out in a second. First, let me show you what we're going to do. So the same 3-inch square, we're going to go ahead and bend that on the square mark, which is half. See how this is 3 inches, this is half. Now, going to aggressively bone fold this edge because I want it to be quite firmly folded. Okay, so if I put this on the side, you can see I've made like a little V out of this. Okay, that's the one side. Now we're going to do the next side as well. All right. And you know what? It's really neat to be building out this business because I've been a business person for all of my career and have very much enjoyed that. But when I got laid off last year and decided to enter into the creator economy, it really felt like it might be easier than it is. And it's not, but it's fun. And I am learning. And life is learning, friends. So I am so thrilled to be here. Okay, so here's this heavy duty double-sided red tape. And it's called red tape, not because tape is red, but because the cello is red around it. Okay, so I cut an extra long piece. I'm just going to cut it in half. Now, taking this side folded piece, I'm going to put the red tape down a couple of times. Now, if you're an experienced card maker, you might know this is a lot of this red tape. It's that strong, but I want it to be strong because we're going to use this mechanism again and again on this card. I find that when you give people something to pull or to slide, it is a very fun thing for them to do, and then they want to show everybody. So I imagine this card is going to be so well loved that somebody's going to slide it one infinity times. Okay, cutting that one down as well. And we're going to do this to both of the folded pieces, and we're going to do it to both sides. Okay, so again, that's the little folded piece. I've got the red tape on both sides. I'm going to do the same thing over here. And I'm going to glance at the chat and ask you guys a meaningful question like, what would be a meaningful question I could ask this evening, friends? I feel like I need somebody else to ask a question. That's what I feel like. I also feel like I might need a cup of tea, and just because we're doing all the feels here, I also feel like that candle that I lit smells wonderful. It's called French lavender, but it says it's inspired from California. I don't know. Actually, with all the wildfires, maybe I shouldn't have said it was inspired by California. I hope they are all safe. I know, wonderful, wonderful outreach. Actually, you know what was so cool? So there's a woman who I truly enjoy and inspired by. Her name is Kathy Zilski. She's in Minneapolis, and I learned card making from her long before. Thank you, Ashley, for asking a question. I'm going to get to that. And she does a live stream on Wednesdays at noon Central Time. And so this week, YouTubers were allowed to, instead of when you're in the paid partner program, there's something called super chats. And super chats are when somebody's watching and they want to give you support. So it's kind of like a gratuity or a tip that they can add in that they individually are paying that YouTube gives to the creator. And so Kathy disabled the super chats and enabled the fundraiser. Now, she is a very methodical person. She read all the fine print, and every dollar that was donated in that mechanism was going to the charity that she elected. So she chose the American Red Cross because of all the work that they're doing with the wildfires. And so she chose that. And in that hour, which, get this, she had been thinking she might not even live stream that day. She was feeling a little overwhelmed with all the work she had and was going to cancel it. But at the last minute decided, no, I better do what I said I was going to do, and did it. That one fundraiser from Kathy Zilski had over $6,000 donated to the American Red Cross on her behalf. And I just thought that was really amazing. Okay, so we're taking one of the pieces with the decorated piece on the outside. We are going to put down the folded piece. I've just taken off the red tape. See how it's not red anymore. And I'm just going to put that onto the mechanism, the back, and the folded edge is going to the center of the card. Okay, so this is the not folded edge. So that means the folded edge is going towards the center. Okay, we'll do the same on this side. And Fred, can you put the question that Ashley asked back up? I will answer it, my love. What's the last thing that ignited your creativity? Well, you know what, Ashley, I would say that our live stream over the Christmas period, it was early in the Christmas period, really showed me everything that you were creating, that it was all inspiring. I didn't know that kind of things about crystals. I have been thinking about how can I integrate crystals into my cards more. It just is such an amazing thing. I think that really ignited my creativity in a beautiful way as well. And then also, Fred was telling me about an article he read that was about sleep, actually, and how women generally have difficulty sleeping at my age. And insomnia becomes sort of a natural state of life, but that evening, people who are awake in those evening hours, so after 10 p.m. and before 4 a.m., that's a window that you wake up in, um, are more creative and you can do more creative things. So it ignited my creativity to think, hey, what can I be doing when I wake up? So my little window, personally, I wake up between 1 and 3. If I wake up at 1, it's okay because I can stay calm and get back to sleep, which is great. But if I wake up at 3, or God forbid, if I wake up at 4, I'm a natural early riser anyways. And that means that I end up with like being awake from 4 o'clock on for my day. That's a little difficult. So now I'm going to try some new things that Fred and I have been researching. We're working on our sleep hygiene in the Griffin Longstreet household. Okay, you can see I have taken off the red from the back of this tape. So again, the center fold is inside. This is the back of the card. And all I'm going to do is take the front of the card and place it on top of the 2 folded in. Okay, here we go. I always feel like cleaning the house at 2 a.m. I have been in touch with that emotion many times. Okay, back of the card, front of the card. This is the slider. And the little mechanisms, let me just show you with my fingers here. Those, see how it's kind of an X now? We've made like an X-Wing fighter. Tell Logan, look at that. Yeah. Okay, so that's going to be what the mechanism is that allows it to slide. Now, let me pull forward my little tickle trunk here, and you guys can help me. We're going to choose what to put on this. So we have a white card with the gold, what are those called? Dots? Yeah, smudges, dots. And then I have my little tickle trunk of different gold circles. Now, I'm sort of loving glitter because that's me. There's a little bit of glitter. So I think here's what we'll do. We're going to pick. So see how this one has a circle that we're going to do? We're doing the same sort of thing here. So our options are, we have glitter. That's going to be option number 1. We have gold foil. Look, this will show you. Look, I think you can see, hello, there's me, a reflection. Okay, that one. I think we'll be playful and go also, this is rose gold glitter. So 1, 2, and 3. I got to put black out because I think black is just elegant. I'm not going to go with the silvers because the papers are gold. And I think putting gold and silver together, I'm not a goldsmith, but I know one. And I don't think you're supposed to do that, right, Lisa? Okay, so let me try this again. So we've got glitter, what would we call this one? Solid foil, rose, and black. And we're going for a little element like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead in the chat and vote for which one you think I should use. While you're doing that, we have these little butterflies we can go through. I'll show you with this one because I think this is pretty. I cut this out earlier. It says for you. See that? It says for you. So on the glitter, that's gold. That's yellow gold. That's glitter, 1. On the foil, that's 2. On the rose gold, that's 3. And on the black, that's, there we go, black. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lori, I'm with you. I think the black is really elegant. Mom's here. I didn't see you, Mom. Hi, Mom. I'm glad that you're here. If you haven't met my mom yet, it means you probably haven't been to one of my live streams because she comes to all of them. My mom is Gloria Griffin. She goes by Glow, G-L-O. Go ahead and say hi to her in the chat as well, too. Or if you're very formal, she can go by Mrs. Griffin, too, which is what all my friends called her for basically all my life. Okay, so the black glitter, let me just show you what that might look like. There's a little bit of the black glitter going on. Steph, I'm going to show you the rose gold going in there, and we're going to choose some other things to go with it. So some color will come in. So that's 3. What have we got here? Okay, Robin, I am so jealous of your ski trip right now. I did hear the joke when Eric was packing up of, now that you've done this ski trip annually for a number of years, is it a tradition or a rut? I go with tradition, sister. I go with tradition. Okay, so we've got rose gold as a big vote I've seen coming in. Black I've seen coming in. Gonna need somebody to make a decision. Fred, I don't think I saw you vote, Fred. Is there one that is more compelling to you? Because I know you're all about glitter and shiny things. Fred's laughing. Let's put him on screen for a second. There he is. Look, he's little tiny Fred there. Here, hang on. I'll go back to this one. Okay, Fred. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which one's it going to be, mister? I think the 10-second delay has him not. Oh, rose gold. There he is. Okay, rose gold for the win. Okay, taking you back off screen because you distract me, my love, in a good way. Okay, rose gold for the win. Put a little sentiment back here. Put that back over there. Okay, so rose gold is going on. And I'm going to reach for some, can anybody guess? Anybody? Dimensional tape. Yes, that's right. Okay, I'm going to go with these. These are called Zots. They are very sticky. What would you call it? These sort of look like, well, they're see-through globs. They're globs, my friends. And the globs are super sticky and will, again, because the mechanism is something that's going to move, we want to be extra careful of all the things we are adhering. And I'm just going to take the backing off of this. And here we go. Okay, that was fun picking the colors with you guys. And I'm so glad Robin is here. Robin is an incredible, can I say seamstress? I think so. I don't know that that's a trade name, but Robin sews like an angel. And she takes wedding dresses and alters them, finishes them, tailors them. I mean, she can make them from scratch if she wanted, I am certain, but does the most beautiful work. And I love it. And Eric, if fingers are by the keyboard there somewhere, and Robin has an Instagram handle or something you can share, go ahead and do that, please. I would love for everybody to see the incredible work that she does. In fact, I think, Robin, I've introduced you to Tyra's sister, Kiara, who is a designer in Toronto, launching her career as well. Okay, so now we've got this beautiful rose gold. Steph, I think you were the one I saw first who said use the rose gold, and you were wise. This is very good. Okay, a couple of choices of little things that we can add to this one. So I know we're not quite there yet, but I came up with the cherry blossoms. Kiara, who I was just mentioning, is going to Japan, but not until after the cherry blossoms. Our good friend Lauren, who often watches these live streams, lived in Japan when she was doing her doctorate for a while. So there's those kind of options there. Or like the sample one that we did. See the sample with the butterflies? I have a little myriad of beautiful little butterflies. Okay, lots of butterflies to choose from. Oh, look, I have this one little random rose gold little flower. Okay, and then I have a couple of sentiments here. So you're a great friend is one of the sentiments I have. And then for you is another sentiment that I have. So we could try any of these. So let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. I'll try and go quick this time to see. So number 1, cherry blossoms. Number 2, random butterflies. Number 3, a sentiment. Everybody vote now. Vote fast and vote hard and vote for your favorite. And I'll try and see what's coming in. And I will keep talking while the YouTube 10-second delay catches up with me. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. Vote, vote. I kind of feel like cherry blossoms might be something really good because of the pink. I feel like that might be one. Claude, you're saying number 3, the sentiment. Okay, I got you on that one too. I think they're all going to be pretty. They're all going to be nice. So I saw Lori say it first. Thank you, Lori. Lori and I had an adventure last week. Man, oh man, was it good. Okay, so I think I just want sort of this arrangement of them. I'm going to, now on glitter, I rarely use tape as my line of first defense because the glitter has texture and that often means that the tape's not sinking into it, whereas glue will ooze into the glitter. Ooze, there's a word you don't get to use all the time. And I want this on the mechanism. So I don't want to go past the mechanism, but I do want to go past the circle. It's a design thing. I don't know quite what makes that special, but I like it. So I'm doing it. Now you'll also notice I'm only gluing the bottom half of these cherry blossoms because it's reaching out over the circle. So I don't want it to have glue when it's not touching anything. So I want to put the glue on the bottom half. Okay, now I'm going to do a little bit of magic here. Where did I put my little zots? I'm going to take a zot and put it, and get my little picky friend to give me some help. Okay, which way's up? I'm actually going to put the zot down. Oh, I might not. No, I'm not, because I don't know how much it will cover. So I'm going to put it on the back of my cherry blossom, as I should. And look, I'm almost at the end. Am I alone in this idea? When I finish something, I feel so satisfied. And this roll was like this big when I started. And I got to say, I feel so good that I've used all of my beautiful craft supplies. And I also feel that it's very convenient that I'm going to the Paper Crafters Workshop this week on Thursday for a little shopping, because I might need some things. All right, I'm going to put this one through the center. I'm going to put it down a little bit. And I can see right away that I can use one more zot under there to hold it nicely. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit floppy. And we do not want a floppy card, my friends. And I'm almost at the end of the roll, so I need to use them all. Okay, that one's going in there. Look how sticky it is. Ah! Okay, get that down. All right. Now, to not disappoint our surprise and delight loving friends like me, I'm going to take this beautiful little, hang on, let me put it against something black so you can see it. Look at that beautiful little cutout die cut. And I'm going to put that inside. So, and you only need a little bit of glue on the back of this. So I'm going with just little dots. I'm not really dragging the glue around. I'm just sort of dot, dot, dot the glue. I'm going to put it down here, which will be by my signature in the card. Okay, let's recap. So we've got the folded card with our decorated paper, our patterned paper, our little surprise and delight inside. If I was putting a stamp, I would put a sentiment inside here. And then we've got our cherry blossoms on our rose gold. Look at that. Okay, so we're going to partially close the card. We're going to take our X-Wing fighter here for the slider. And we're going to put it on one side and the other side, just like this. Really, it is just like this. There we go. Okay, so see, it now slides freely up and down on the card. Woo. So when I am giving this in a envelope, I put it in this way and it would look like this. I might actually even think of doing a sentiment on the outside, but we've got this. Now, I have found people naturally like to play with a sliding mechanism and will find a way to slide it up and off so they can open their card. But I believe that when Nadine made this, hers actually had a die cut that said pull up or slide, like a word. You could put an arrow on this. You could put a arrows. You could put handwriting on it to say what to do. I think it's natural and people will figure it out. And heck, if you're giving your friend a card in person, Fred and I were talking today. This is the most requested. Man, if I could buy stock in this little thing here, if I could buy stock in this, I would. Robin, I will tell you in a second. But here we go, friends. Here we go. Card number one. There we are. Sliding up and down, cherry blossoms, all the beauty that we could possibly put into one little card. You could even go so far as to put your decorative paper on the back as well, too. All of these things are options to do this. Okay, let me tell you about this again. All right, so the glue bottle. This glue bottle, which they sell empty as well if you're like a specific kind of glue from a company called Novo. This unit is by My Sweet Petunia. That's the company. And this comes all as one set. So the glue comes like this. You take the lid off and you put it on your little resting place there. You tuck your glue inside the trigger and it rests right on this right here. They do have these at the Paper Crafters Workshop. I know My Sweet Petunia works hard not to be on Amazon. They're an independent company and deservingly of all the wonderful things that they can do in their own business. So lots and lots of independent card stores carry them. I'm not sure that it would even be like in sort of a Michael Super Craft store. I could look that up and I'll put it in my show notes later. But My Sweet Petunia, and it is called the Glue Press. So it's to me, no electricity required, no trouble refilling the bottles. You can switch out a bottle. Sometimes if this gets clogged for any reason, I just switch out another bottle and then go clean the first one. But yes, it's a favorite tool of mine as well. I am not sponsored. I just truly am showing you what I love to use. Okay, so we have gone through how to make the templated card, the X-Wing Fighter sliding pieces. I showed you the original one that we started with, and I made one that was very similar in suit to this. Thank you to your design team ideas. Now I'm going to switch out what we're doing. We're changing up the colors here, friends. We're going for a bit more of a birthday theme. And let's see. So we need our 4 pieces of cardstock. We need some embellishments, which we're going to get right over here. I'll show you in a moment. Our decorative papers. Got those. And our score buddy. Now, you can, if you like, change the color of your cardstock for the sliding mechanism. I wanted it the same as my base because I'm matchy-matchy that way. I think it's a great way to go. So I did matchy-matchy. But you could easily, let me show you, change out the card that goes with the base so that the slider is a different color. What I recommend, however, is that the sliding mechanism is all one color. So see how this is white on the inside? These ones will be blue. I recommend that because then you see less of the sliding mechanism. If you put white inside blue, you're all of a sudden going to see that sliding mechanism. Not a tragedy. This is only paper. But if you, like me, enjoy a matchy-matchy way of going, I suggest your squares all match up to the same way. So who am I bringing back right now? I'm bringing back my score buddy. Anybody remember what the first one is? 2 inches. That's right. If you said to yourself 2 inches, give yourself a pat on the back. You've been paying attention and actually know how to do this on your own now. So that's 1. I flipped it over and around, and now that's 2. When you do it this way as well, one of the things that Fred pointed out was that both your side panels will always be identical. Remember when I said I couldn't tell if it was kind of 6 or 6 1/8? It's sort of a little bit in betweeny of that. I'm sure somebody very finicky can figure out exactly how to do that. But this was my way of making sure the center piece is the same size. Okay, so that's the first one. Now we're going to take our blue squares and we're going to score. Again, if you've been paying attention, this is the halfway mark. And we're going to score 1 square and then we're going to score 2 squares. So 2 stay flat, 2 get scored. And I'm curious, is there anybody who is watching this evening that has not been here before? And if you are here, would you bravely introduce yourself in the chat? Because I love to make new friends. And I'm telling you, 221 subscribers has been a joy to get. So if there was anybody else that I could meet tonight that was also here, that would be lovely. I'm going to fold these on the scoreboard. Now, another thing that I have learned, and I mentioned this last week, but I understand it a little bit more this week. When you guys are commenting in the live stream that we're doing right now, that's fantastic. That's a really important thing, one for me to learn, because as I get more and more people here, I do want to be able to answer their questions and know. But also, YouTube likes audience participation. What they want from a YouTube perspective is the ability to see what's engaging. And so when you are chatting like this, that is like gold, friends. That is better than tips. It is wonderful to be using that chat up to go with. And actually, ultimately, in all transparency, once you're in the YouTube paid partner program, it's one of the measurements that YouTube uses to pay you. So chat away, friends. Get used to it. It's all good. It doesn't cost you anything to chat away. And ultimately, that's what YouTube is using as a payment method. or mechanism. So while I'm working on my red tape here, let me tell you the other thing. When you watch my videos, now each week on Thursdays, I am uploading a new video tutorial. So let me just put this one up for a second while I'm taping. Okay, so every Thursday, I aspire to have a new YouTube tutorial, new video up every week. When those are playing, when you're watching them, if you comment during your watching, so while you're watching and you have it open and you place a comment down, that is a huge important mechanism for YouTube to say this person was very interested. They actually commented. And you can think of it this way. Sometimes you might be watching a video of something, I don't know, if it was political right now, it might be controversial. And you might want to say something like, I don't agree with that, or that's not how I would do it, or something. And you just want to have your word. So you do. When you say it during the video, so you're watching the video, you go to comments and you type out a comment, that is like YouTube gold. So please watch the videos on Thursdays. Please feel free to share it with anybody you think who is interested in crafting, relaxing, my witty banter, all of those wonderful things. By all means, those are important. And comment whenever you can during the videos as well. Those are all great things I have learned this week. Okay. So we've got our red tape. So I'm curious, Claude, the first day of skiing, are you sore at all? Probably not. You're a marathon runner. You probably can just go like up on the hill and just ski your heart out and everything is perfect, right? I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Okay. So you'll remember last time when I was making the card, I put the decorated panels on first. This time I have done the folding first. I'm going to go ahead just to switch it up and show you the versatility. And we're going to use these polka dots. Look how pretty those are. And yes, there is a little glitter in the polka dots. And I'm going to put these on the outside edge. And Robin, don't think I don't know that you're not having a margarita right now. I don't care what time it is in BC. I'm sure it's margarita time if you guys are off the hills. Okay. And Bella, I'm just seeing this. Where did I just see this one? Not sponsored yet. Yay! I am so hopeful to build my influence and brand this year to get loads of wonderful sponsors. From everything I have learned about the creator economy, your brand and sponsor relationships are the ones that are sort of the largest stream of revenue. Okay. Proportionately, I mean, like proportionately, yeah, by percentage. Okay, so I've got the two outside panels done. Now I'm going to do the front and back. I don't usually get to do 2 cards in one night because I usually do a bit more of the cutting and measuring on camera. But I'll tell you, this had enough cutting and measuring that I felt like I really needed to do it beforehand. Okay, so now we've got the front or the back, just depends. And a little more here. Okay. All right. Let's put it together. Little picky tool. Okay. So here we go. Taking off the red part. And I don't know about you, but this winter has been tough on my nails. I feel like dehydration has made them a little more brittle than I like. And so my nails are quite short right now, but that's okay. I am going to use a tool. I've heard lots of people say use tools, not your jewels, meaning your nails are your jewels, which tonight I really do feel. Okay, so that's the first one. Remember, the open is to the outside and the center fold is going to butt up against each other to make our sliding mechanism. Now, I like when a card style can be for any type of occasion. This one's going to be sort of birthday-esque, which is why I've got the confetti feel. And the last one could be more of a thinking of you. Okay, so that's the back. Now we're going to go ahead, do the front. And by just changing up the colors, you can see I've gone with this playful blue that is just so happy. Yeah, tools, not jewels. That's a good one. All right. And take off these little backings. Okay. And now we're going to put the top one down and just square that up, and down it goes. And if I fold this to the side, you see I've created the X-Wing fighter. Doo-doo, there it is. Yeah. Okay. Now let's fold in these sides and get ready to decorate our front. Okay. So remember this bone folding, just that crease makes it such a functional card. Now I do have a feeling when people display this on their mantle, they'll display it like that and leave the folding piece off of it so that they can open it and see it. That's a guess. I don't know if that's true or not. You guys know when I do a colored stock, I like to put a plain white card on the inside. This one, I'm not going to go ahead and do the inside folds of this one. Why are we talking about hamburgers? Oh, a slider. That's a good idea. Okay, now I have a little blue glitter here, but something caught my eye earlier. Lori, look at this one. Your magic. Yay. Okay. But there was one that for my dear Tyra, I wanted to pull out because she's always able to help me understand that finding lots of representation is not always easy. Let me see if I can find it. Oh God, maybe I put it aside to actually make Tyra a card. What did I do with it? Ha, there she is. Look at this. Look at this beautiful groovy girl with some gorgeous brown skin. So I'm going to use her. And I want to do a choice of, okay, put these guys aside. I'm going to trim this down. So she pops and looks really nice and bright on this yellow. This blue is also nice. But I think the yellow is where I want to go. So let me think about that for a second while I trim her little edges up. Trim her little edges up. That's right. So I see when I was cutting these out earlier, they're from a pattern book that Sydney chose that I love. And this party girl with the sunglasses just made me smile. Yes, it did. Okay, so I'm going to take her and I'm going to put her on the yellow, I think. Let's see. This is what it will look like. Oh, and we can even get fancy and we can do a little diagonal. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so that's on yellow. I think that's nice. This is blue. Oh, I feel like that picks up her shirt pretty nice. And the pom-pom. Oh, this is actually pretty cute. And I just have an idea. I wonder if I have a gem that could replace the pom-pom and really be some bling. Okay, friends, we are almost there. I'm going to go ahead and do the glue on the back of the glitter. Check which way my X-wings are going. And pop down that first. Now, this little emblem is paper, not cardstock. So I am going to do a two-fold because remember I said on glitter, I want to use glue so that it goes into all the little crevices. But I'm also going to turn my tape dispenser around the right way. Use some tape as just an extra little insurance policy because if I were to use too much glue, it will come out kind of globby looking. So I want to go extra fine and thin, which just means going fast across the paper with my glue. So there is lots of glue on there, but it's very, very fine. Anybody want to name this girl? She looks like she is fun and sassy. Okay, so she's going on there. Now I'm going to reach for my tickle trunk of gems. Robin wants you to do a diamond slider. Ooh, that sounds fun. Robin, I think I will take you on. Okay, we're going to go for the, that could be fun. But I feel like blue is more where she's at right now. Okay, we could do like a blue gem like this, friends. Look at that. Hang on, let me put something black behind this so you can see it. These are the blue gems. Sorry, my camera's fighting with me. Blue. We could go with one of these bad boys. Get a bigger one. Oh, a big one is nice. Oh, Tyra, that sounds like a fun one we can do. Okay, we could go with a diamondy sort of one. Okay, I feel like this blue glitter is really close to the color scheme that we're using. So I think that's where we're going to go. And I'm going to use the biggest one we can because these are like a little diamond. So I pop that right onto my finger. Here I go. Let's add that in. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at her pom-pom. Ah, just makes me happy to be here with you guys this evening and doing some crafting here with you, showing you something new that I learned that was inspired by a paper crafter in Germany. I love, love, love that we are doing this. Okay, let me put the folder together. Come on, little fold. In you go. Okay. Look at that. Woo. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This makes me happy in ways I just can't even tell you. Okay, so from the template, wait, let's first look at, remember what we started with here. So this is, okay, Nadine's inspo came to me from Eva on Instagram. So tonight's inspo, thank you so much, Nadine. You are a wonder for certain. So then I made the template, right? Tried to figure it out from her instructions, made the template, figured out how to get that going on, made all the measurements. And once I had the template done, I created the digital download. It's already on my website. So Fred, if you want to drop the URL in the chat for the digital download point, it's right there, digital-downloads at the end. These two sheets are what it looks like. It's already there. It's a PDF. You can get it, and you'll have all the measurements to make this yourself as well, my friends. And then let's see the card that I made. So we had the template that we figured it all out with. Then I made a sample to show you so you knew where we were going tonight, how this was coming together. My X-Wing fighter. I think I might go back into the download and put X-Wing fighter in there. I think most people, at least my age, know what an X-Wing fighter is. Okay. So then we made this one with the little butterflies ready to go. And then you guys helped me design this beauty with the pinks and the golds. And then to show you the difference we could do from maybe something more floral, maybe something more nature, right on through to Birthday Glam Girl. Did we find a name for her? I feel like we should name her. There we go. Let me come back to you guys. Okay, friends, look what we did in just about an hour of crafting together. I am so, so pleased. Let me go ahead and show you these guys. So guys, look how pretty that is. Just like that. Slide that, and away we go for some surprise and delight on the inside of this card as well. The ones you guys designed, thank you for all your choices in the chat. That is just beautiful. And I got to admit, she's my favorite. I love her. Glam Girl. This was awesome. You guys, I love you all. I want to just say thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you for letting me be creative all the way from a German inspiration. The world has gotten small when we have all these beautiful social media things. And I love being a part of this and broadcasting to you. Mom, thanks for being here tonight. As always, I really appreciate you. And friends, I can't wait to come back next week because I'm going to be doing something that Lori and I found this week. Hang on, let me show you. So next week, I'm going to be using my crafting supplies to make party embellishments. And this is a little example. Let me see if I can get close to the camera. Your stomach says thanks. So see this? It's a toothpick. And it came from this restaurant in Lori's Sandwich. And it made me think I could make little flags like this for cupcakes at a party. Or if you're serving a buffet, it could be the little name of food things that are there. But this little paper flag made me think of 100 ideas. Some cake topper ideas. I have ideas about doing some Bennett, what's that called? A pennant that you can decorate your room with, all of those types of things. So this one little idea, Lori and I were out having lunch, cheese trays, so you can make flags for your cheese trays, all kinds of great stuff. So next week, instead of making a card, I'm going to show you with card making supplies how to make some very fun little party embellishments. Might even get to a loot bag if you've got little ones in your life that still need loot bags, or big ones in your life. Let's face it, when I go to a bridal shower, I am looking for a loot bag to come home with me, ladies. Indeed, I am. So we're going to use our card making supplies in a non-card making way. I am so excited to have that next week. And of course, Thursday, those downloads, no, uploads, I think they're called on Thursdays. Thursdays here, weekly videos. That's what they're called, weekly videos. And friends, thank you for sharing my journey. It is such an awesome thing to be here with you tonight and in all the times that you watch my videos. Thank you for your comments, your likes, your shares, and of course, subscribing. So connect me with your friends who think they like crafting and having fun like this, because I'm getting to 500 as soon as can be. And it's with thanks to you. I hope you have a creative and wonderful evening. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you again soon.